Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, whatever time you're going to be watching this. I am going to do this is for pre-algebra, and I'm going to be doing test corrections with the video. So if you need to do test corrections, you can just watch this video, and then you can get that done. Okay. All right. So let's start us off. So proportional and non-proportional. We need to see what makes this proportional and non-proportional. Let me go through it different so you can have a different view so I can explain it better. It won't let me do it that way. So I guess I'll just have to share this with you. So this one here, if I make it bigger, sorry, I'm doing a lot of things, is this one is not going through the origin. So this one is going to be non-proportional because this graph does not go through the origin. Ugh. Okay, this next one, if I write this one out, it says the weight in X weeks of a puppy that gains 2 pounds per week. If the starting weight is 8 pounds, so he's starting at 8 pounds and then he's adding 2 pounds a week. So that's what this equation is going to look like. And because it has this y-intercept here, it's going to be non-proportional. So if it has a y-intercept, it will be a non-proportional situation. Okay, next. This one, so we have a table like this. The best way to solve this is to cross multiply. So we have 3 times -4, and 3 times -4 is going to be -12. And then 1 times -12 is also going to be -12. Okay, so because if you cross multiply and the two numbers equal each other, it's going to be proportional. So this would be a proportional relationship. This is also going to be proportional because it goes through the origin. So because it goes to the origin, this graph is also going to be proportional. Okay? This one's not going to be proportional because it has a y-intercept of -25. And because of this y-intercept, this is going to be non-proportional. Okay? All right, so for this next one, responses, I'm going to hide names. We're going to look at number 2. Okay, so this is question 2. The number of gift baskets Nikki can make varies directly with the amount of time she spends making baskets. So this is when I'm going to introduce my one chart. I'm going to have a one chart. Words, original information, new information. So we know that she makes 4 baskets in a half an hour. So she makes 4 baskets. Oh, hold on. So our words are going to be baskets. I'm going to put B for baskets and H for hour. So she makes 4 baskets in 1/2 an hour. So half an hour. How much does she make with 5 baskets? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cross multiply these two. I'm going to do 5 times 1/2. And 5 times 1/2, if you get your calculator, we can get our calculator out. And if I do 5 times alpha x to get the fraction 1/2, it's going to give me a fraction. It's going to give me 5/2. Okay? But if I want to know what that is as a decimal, I can do math, press enter, enter again. Oh, whoopsie. Press math, go down to decimal to change it into a decimal, sorry. Press enter, enter again. You're going to get 2.5. Okay? So once I get 2.5 for here, I need to divide it by 4. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say divide by 4. And then I'm going to get 0.625. And I can use that as my answer. I can use 0.625. But what if it has answer choices only as fractions? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press math, go to fraction, make sure it's on fraction. It defaults to fraction. Press enter, enter again. And we also know that this would be 5/8. Either answer I would have accepted. All right. Question 3. Okay. Rudolph has 15 toys in his toy box, and then he adds 2 new toys every month. Based on this information, which representation best shows this relationship between the number of toys Rudolph has in his toy box and the number of months that have passed? So we need to first write the equation. We know that Rudolph has 15 toys, okay? And then he's adding 2 toys every month. So plus 2, and when we see this word every, we're going to put X equals Y. Okay? So after this, I'm going to double check with my calculator to see if this is right. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do Y equals, I'm going to clear out this other information I got, this other stuff I was doing. And I'm going to type this exactly how I see it. I don't need to include the Y equals. I'm just going to type this part here. So I'm going to type 15 plus 2x. And then I'm going to do second graph and see which graphs make the most sense. So this one at 4, it should be 23. So I know F is incorrect. And at 4, this should be 23. So I know that H is incorrect. But let me see. So I know that this is not going to be proportional. So let me minimize this. It's not going to be proportional because it has a y-intercept of 15. So I know I can also cross out J. So the only correct answer left with just doing process of elimination would be G. And we can also plot these points. Now, let me get my calculator up and we can see if they match the graph. So it says 1 should be at 17. That's about 17. 2 should be at 19. That's about 19. Let's see this one for you. 5 should be at 25, and that is definitely correct. So G is correct. Okay. Question 4. Which representation does not show y as a function of x? So functions, your x values cannot repeat. The x values cannot repeat. So here, I have no repeating x values, so this is a function. This here, do I have any repeating x values? Nope, so this is a function. This passes a vertical line test, so this would also be a function. Oh, and then here, this was not going to be a function because if I wrote this out, this would be 3, 2, 3, 6, 5, 6, 5, 8, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. And as you see, we have repeating x values, so D would be incorrect. Okay. Question 5. The graph of the linear function is shown on the coordinate grid. What is the y-intercept? So it's just asking what the y-intercept of the graph of the linear line is. So I see right here that the line is crossing at -5. So my y-intercept equals -5. I can also put this in stat edit, which is perfectly fine. If you want to do stat edit, you're going to create a tiny table, x, y, -4, 5, 1, -7.5. We're going to do stat, enter. Let me go up, clear, down. And you're going to have -4, enter, 1, enter. Then you're going to go across, you're going to go up, 5, enter, and then you're going to do -7.5, enter. Then you're going to press stat, calc, 4, enter, 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 enter. And then you also see that your y-intercept, which is your b, is also -5. So sometimes it just depends. Doesn't matter which way you choose, just as long as you get the right answer. Okay. Question 6. So we need to go back to here so we can look at question 6 because it's a drag and drop. Question 6. Which of the following numbers are in ascending order? Okay, so this one we'd have to put each one of these into stat edit, and I'm just going to show you how to do stat edit for one of these questions, okay? So what you would do is you would get your calculator. You're going to do second, quit to get out of the screen. You're going to press stat. You're going to press enter. And you want to clear out these other lists that we did. Clear out this list here. I'm going to go over, clear out this list. I'm going to list the values as I see them. So it's going to be -4.5, enter. Then I'm going to do negative second x squared 16, enter. Then we're going to do, and then as you see here, they're changing. So I need to write above here, okay, -16, that's going to equal -4. Okay, so I need to keep that in mind as I'm putting these in because some of them, they'll automatically change the numbers for you. Okay, then I'm going to have 8/3. So I'm going to do alpha x 8/3. Then I'm going to put this fraction, I'm going to do alpha x. I'm going to go to the left so I can put 3. Then I'm going to go back, put 5, and then go down and put 6. And then we're going to press enter. Then you're going to do 2, and then you're going to do second cat ear to get pi. Okay, and I see it changed it for me, so I need to write this down. So this would be 6.28. Then here, you're going to press stat. Sorry. You're going to go to ascending order. Then you're going to put in list 1. That's where you put all the data. Second 1. Press enter. Then it's going to say done. So I got to figure out where that list is. I'm going to do stat, enter, and then there's list. So it's in order, correct order. It'll be -4.5, negative square root of 16, 8/3, 3 and 5, 6, 2 and pi. It's exactly the order that we did it, but I just wanted to show you how you would do it. Now, if you have a percent here, like we do here, what you would do to write this is you would put this over 100. Anytime you see a percent, you put it over 100. And then that's how you would get your answer. Okay? And then that is how we do the ordering real numbers. So you can practice on the other ones. I don't want to do all of them because I don't want to make this video super long. It's already going to be really long. So anytime I can shorten it, I want to try to do that. Then we're going to go to responses. We're on question 7. Here on question 7, it says, what is the slope of the line? So here we're going to do a tiny table, x, y. And it's going to be -4, 6, 1, -9. Okay? You're going to get your calculator. I'm going to clear this list. Go down. I'm just going to start from the beginning. You're going to press stat, enter. You're going to enter in your x values, -4, enter, 1, enter. You're going to go put your y values in, 6, enter, -9, enter. Press stat, Go over to calc, press 4, enter, 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 enter. And then now the slope of the line would be -3. Okay, because it's going to be our A. So our slope would be -3. All right. Question 8. So it says the company is drilling a water well. The graph models the linear relationship between the depth of the well and the time spent drilling. So the function represents the relationship y as a function of x. So I know it goes to the origin. So I can just do 2 points. This is going to be one of my points. 0, 0. And then I'm going to have another point here, which would be 2.5 and 15. So I'm going to have 2.5 and then 15. Okay, so I write my teeny tiny table. I'm going to have 2.5, 15, 0, 0, and I can put that in stat edit. So I'm going to do stat, enter, 2.5, enter, 0, enter, go across. Then I'd have 15, enter, 0, enter. Then I do stat, calc, 4, enter, 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 enter. And then I see my equation would be y equals 6x. Y equals 6x. You also know that this is not going to be C because it has a y-intercept. C does, and this graph wouldn't have one. Okay. It wouldn't be D either because it shouldn't have any y-intercepts. Okay, next question. 9. So we got to go back here. So question 9, which of the following has a proportional relationship? So we're going to go through and I'm going to tell you why each one is proportional. So John washes his dad's car for $4 an hour. He doesn't have a starting amount. He doesn't owe any debt. So this would be proportional because he just gets $4 an hour. 1 hour, $4. 2 hours, 8 hours. 3 hours, $12. Oh, yeah, you know what I meant. All right, this one is going to be non-proportional because there's a y-intercept. This one, if we cross multiply these two, they would equal each other. So this would be 80. Sorry, that's really ugly. This would be 80. And then this two we cross multiplied, it would also mean 800. This would also be 800. So if we cross multiply these two, they would be proportional. Okay. And then this would be non-proportional because it has a y-intercept as well. And question 10, okay, I'm just going to do this one. Joseph ran a 6-mile race in 48 minutes. So we have to know that minutes is going to be on the x-axis and miles is going to be on the y. Which graph best represents the situation? So I know that 48 minutes is going to be the x and 6 miles is going to be on top, okay? Because 6 miles is going to be our y value. And x is going to be the minute value. So miles is y. Miles is always going to be dependent. And x is always going to be independent. So anytime you see time, it's going to be your x value. And that's going to go on the bottom. Okay. So now that I have that, I'm going to grab my calculator. And I'm going to simplify this fraction. Okay. You can do it like by hand. But if you're not that great at that, you can always do it with the calculator. 6 over 48. I'm lazy, so that's why I'm doing it today. Enter. And I know that my equation for this would be 1 over 8. So that's what my slope is. So in 8 minutes, because x is minutes, they would go 1 mile. So I'd look here. 8, 1. Okay. That's not on the graph. 8, 1. That's not on the graph, so it's not F or H. Then I scroll down, 8, 1, okay, G. And then 8, 1, yes, but it's not the slope. It's not rising 1 and running 8. So the only answer here that would be correct would be G. Okay, I hope this helps, guys. I'm going to have this posted in Google Classroom. If you need to do this during tutoring, this is what you're going to be working on today. You must show all your work for each question that you missed in order to receive partial credit back. Thank you for your time and good luck. Bye.